many kind of method, many kind of practice, and many kind of meditation that one can search and learn throughout the whole world. As you experience and learn over something like this, it needs to be categorized. Which categorize or what meditation are you practicing? So today we will talk on that because in depth in Dhammakaya meditation or the middle way meditation known in the West, we have our own way or own categorizing. Thus, today topic categorizing meditation or type of meditation. So let's go. In fact, according to the Buddha's teaching, meditation can be categorized into two. One is called right and wrong meditation. But please, it doesn't mean that if it's called wrong meditation, you are doing it a wrong way or you getting lost. No. Wrong meditation in here is opposite to what the Buddha's teaching. But it's not mean that you are totally wrong. It's just different approach of how one's focus. Understand this part? But in fact, it doesn't call right and wrong. It has its own name. But I just translate into this direct word. Maybe I should change it later on. Right and wrong meditation, why do we need to categorize them? Because it is important to understand its fundamental so that we can choose the correct method for practice associated with the practice. That is why it needs to be categorized. So what is right and wrong meditation? Is it really that bad if we practice right or wrong meditation? According to the name, it's just called Samma or Samma Samadhi or right meditation. And wrong meditation called Miccha Samadhi. Okay? Right meditation or Samma Samadhi, also known as right concentration. Okay? So now we will talk, if you talk about Samma Samadhi or right concentration or right meditation, this is what we talk about. So the name implies this. Samma Samadhi. What is it then? Well, it is aims to calm the mind and reduce sensuality or unwholesomeness. And its quality include these following. If one practice correctly the right method, the right meditation, it will have this following sense. Number one, the feeling of the mind would be free from wandering for any kind of reason. If you practice and stay focused, stay concentrated as you practice, it will be free from wandering thought. And as you continue free from wandering thought, the mind too will also have its proper focus. When it has proper focus, it gains more power, more joy and inner peace. That is why if one practices the right meditation, this is the quality that one would gain. However, there are more supporting by the Buddha's teaching according to this text. Described in Abhidhamma, okay, in case you want to find the source. Buddha's teaching, there are many categories. It has at least it has total of 84,000 discourse. And this is one of them. So if you want to learn all, you can find or ask the Master Google. Okay, not for this class. Okay, all right. Abhidhamma said in here, right meditation is the focus of the mind, where the mind is stable and unwavering. The mind's condition of being unmoving gives rise to peacefulness. The faculty of concentration, the strength of the concentration and focusing the mind in the proper way. That's when I mentioned earlier, did you feel joy? But if not yet, you focus at right, but still not gaining the spacious, the joyful feeling, because somehow it's not read the condition yet. But when you begin to let go of where you focus the mind, for example, when you focus, then you observe, you don't touch, don't hold it anymore. That concentration will begin to get its own toward inner peace. But if you hold on to it, it's like you're gonna drop this, but you just hold on. I'm afraid it's gonna fall. Just hold on to it, then it's not gonna go further. Just stay there, like that. Thus, practicing right concentration, it helps uproot greed, hatred, and delusion, according to the Buddha. In other words, aside from finding peace, joy, to the Buddha, meditation is much more than just finding peace and joy or relaxation. It can even remove the greed or hatred, delusion in one's mind, which is considered as the most troublesome or the cause of suffering for the mind. Kind of like a virus. So if you have illness, you need a medicine, right? And that meditation is the medicine, is remove the virus. And these are how one can practice and remove that kind of trouble in one's mind. But what about the wrong meditation or miccha samadhi? Wrong meditation, it is same meditation is focused too, but it focused one's mind at the different place. It's more like an improper place. Like, for example, if you play a card, have you ever played poker before? No, maybe blackjack then. Yeah? If you do, where is your mind focused when you play a card? Of course, it would be at the card, isn't it? It's not inside, it's outside. That is focused at the wrong place. What do you mean? When you focus is outside, it leaves the mind vulnerable to distraction and wandering. What do you mean wandering? When you play a card, look at your enemy. What's it called? Your challenger? What is the opposite? Your opponent, yes. Look at your opponent. What card would he has? Should I drop this card or should I put it down? When you have such a thought like that, it's not focused anymore. It just keep wandering on and on and on. It loses a sense of stability. Or if you are focused, if you are like, have you seen a shooter when they took, a SWAT team, looking at the target? They focus at the target. That's one point focus. But what are their mind thinking? Shoot to kill, shoot to kill, something like that. Pin him down. Is that be kind, focused thought? Would that be a happy, peaceful thought? That is what is meant by wrong meditation. The more you focus, it should be happy. That's the right meditation. But if you do it wrong, if you focus it at the wrong place or focusing outside, it's just increasing more hatred, more trouble, more things that make the mind feel more suffering. That is what it meant by wrong meditation. But it doesn't mean that you did wrong. You focused and you do right meditation according to that. But when you do so, it just causes more trouble for the mind rather than become still. You focus that point. So that's in wrong meditation. These, when you practice, or when one practices, these happen when the mind focuses outside the body, becoming entangled with five external sense objects, where you see, where you hear, where you smell, where you taste, and when you touch or feel. Such focus fail to lessen the defilements or what's trouble the mind, greed, ignorance, hatred, and delusion. Thus, it cannot lead to nirvana or the ultimate goal of inner peace. That's what is meant in the Buddhist view, wrong meditation. But would it be correct? Yes, if you are not talking about removing of greed, ignorance, or hatred, then it could be a meditation. But if you want to find inner peace, the ultimate goal of liberation, free one's mind from suffering, then it's wrong if you focus outside. Understand? Okay, so that's, if we talk about focus the mind outside and inside, where should we focus then? This is when it's different, because every meditation is trained to focus the mind. Because, please take a note, meditation means like we learned last week, concentration at one single point. But the question is, where? If you focus different places, it will have different outcome. Like when you hold a magnifying glass. When you hold it one place, it can burn. But if you just hold it when there are nothing on the ground, it cannot create fire. But when you put a paper and hold it, it will burn the paper and create fire. And that is what is meant. Focus at different place. So where to focus then? All right. Let's go with example of focusing the mind outside the body, which is we talked about earlier as a wrong meditation. What would happen here? Supposedly, a person in this diagram sitting, and that black sun is the object that he focused with. Are you following me this part? Here, focus the mind outside the body as an external object, which very popular. How popular? I would say it's long practiced long before the Buddha's time. And it's still famous and continue until now too. Like for example, there is, I'm not sure are you familiar with this kind of person, or not person, monk? Not monk like this. Monk that, be sure when you go back, check on Google if you like. Be sure check on ascetic. A person, a man or woman, doesn't really matter. Wear in animal tiger skin with a hat, that is ascetic. And they are practice meditation, focus the mind outside, like that. And what will happen? They can even, when they are focused at certain time, at certain point, they can even do supernatural things like fly and things, fly and making things that people can read people's mind, things like that. They have power too. But as it is, when a person focuses the mind externally, it becomes uncontrolled or can be dangerous. What do you mean dangerous? Because this lack of control may give rise to illusion, intense feeling of fear or other disturbance. But that depends on how one practice. They use a fire as an object to help focus. Focus on the color don't really matter, but it is outside. Thus, the most important one that don't recommend in Buddhism is its focus deny the practitioner an inner refuge, making it unsuitable for the path of reparation. It can gain power, it can gain things, but maybe that power is not really the genuine power. It could be just an illusion that one creates from the mind. Just like when you try to drive a car. Are you driving outside the car or are you driving inside? That's how it's difficult to control like that. Let's say when you want to drive a car, but you can only get yourself into the wheel, but you don't have a pedal because your body cannot reaching. That's how difficult one to control a car. Same thing with the mind. What about if we focus the mind inside the body? Yes, it is right, but where? Because there are many temples, many schools of meditation, teaching meditation to practice focus the mind inside the body, but different places. So what's the benefit here then? Here, it said, focusing the mind inward, usually on a specific part of the body, leads to a refreshing sensation that nourishes both body and mind. And it's correct. This practice enhances mindfulness and awareness. This is correct too. And the practitioner experiences detachment. Detachment, what do you mean? You just sit there, stay there. You don't feel your body. Time is frozen. You just stay there without anything to disturb. It's just still calm and peaceful. This is a feeling. Neither elation or disappointment. That's why I'm asking you, did you feel peace? like that. You focus, you hold on to it, but no joy. Regardless of external circumstance, illusory mental objects are also minimized, foster clarity and stability. That's the thing that you can gain so far. But what is the difference if you focus at this place taught by our teacher? I'm not trying to promote it's good, but I am trying to point out that this is the difference according to our great master over there, who giving out that only at this certain point can one be free and liberate oneself from suffering. That is focusing the mind at the center of the body. It's said in here, believe it or not, only you can prove. I can only give you information. If you want to know that it's proof, believe me what I'm saying, true or not, try to do the way that we are practicing and see it yourself. But if you feel anything so, no problem. We are welcome anyone to practice meditation here, unless you don't come here with a gun, of course, All right? So focusing the mind specifically at the center of the body has additional benefit. Remember, inside the body, center of the body. Aside from bringing refreshment and happiness, it serves as the starting point of the Eightfold Path. This inward focus frees the mind from defilements and leads to ultimate liberation. In other words, if you want to enter nirvana, this is the door. Knock the door, and you will find. But it doesn't use open sesame. It uses samma arahang. Okay. All right then. Thus, if you're finding yourself, then why are we meditate? What is it for? Here, the goal of meditation is to practice, to achieve one point focus. However, to attain true lasting happiness, one should practice right meditation by focus the mind at center of the body. But I am used to this. Can you? Yes. Your choice, no problem. As long as you don't keep yourself wandering outside, you focus the mind, that's fine. But if you want to be happy and enjoy liberation free from suffering, this is the path. All right? And so, that concludes the session for tonight. If you'd like to learn further, come back and join the course, of course. Before we end our session tonight, there are some announcements I'd like to make for those who are following me or practicing meditation with me online. Here are some announcements. Because next week, we have meditation retreat in Shaftesbury. So that's my online meditation program during nighttime during weekday between Monday and Wednesday will be canceled. So July 14 and 16 will be canceled due to schedule conflict. And so, I'd like to start afresh because of, well, if you don't mind, I am saying this. Last month, I have chinko, and because of my not having enough rest, I need to have sleep, more time to sleep. Thus, my inner peace schedule will be changing, beginning after next week. So this Sunday will start at 7 p.m. online, not 8 p.m. anymore. Wednesday also begin at 7:15, and I no longer do live meditation on Monday. Thus, here's my new online activity. Only on Sunday, 7 p.m. and Wednesday at 7:15. Yes? However, Saturday we also have one on Zoom, which is across Europe and America as well, depend on how one availability. But at least we will have our online in these following dates. And in case you're wondering where am I doing my live Facebook, here is my Facebook page, Great Teaching Monk Good Q&A. Be sure to like and follow. But if you feel, I'm not social media, I don't want to show my photo, I don't want people to see my private life, fine, let's go with YouTube then. We have a Great Teaching Monk on our YouTube channel. In case you have not followed, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Press on the bell to get notification whenever there is upload video. But if you like to learn on every Thursday and Wednesday and Tuesday session, Now we will try every time to broadcast this only on the live teaching session, not a guided meditation. So that's you can follow on Wat Dhammakaya London Facebook, YouTube channel. Okay, and that's everyone. Last but not least, for more information about camp retreat, in case you interested, check out for more information on your way out, as well as our Fairness Day on this coming Saturday. If you have time, I would like to invite everyone here to come join us on Fairness Welfare Days. Okay, on this wellness fair, yes, wellness fair, my bad. Okay, come join us on this Saturday between 9 to 4 p.m. You can learn a lot of things. For example, I meditate and my shoulder is stuff. There will be someone to give you. Here, you can do it yourself. You don't have to pay money to the massage. There, save your money, come learn on that, okay? For example. And instead, in case you're wondering if there's any food, yes, there is. But first come, first serve. We have a limit. That's therefore, if you come late, there won't be any food available for you. Too bad. All right? So to be continued next week, everyone. Hope you enjoy and see you again next time.